All right, Kenny Jackson, Nike EYBL Expressions Elite.
All right, been coaching for a while, right? Like, what is like for you as a head coach? What is some things that? What is it about coaching that gets you up every day? That keeps you motivated to keep going and continue to help these young men.
For me, it's to give back. It's to give back to the youth, and just want to help the next generation grow and use the game and get the benefits out of the game, and always keep that love for the game and never lose it in a space that's evolving every day into real life business and things of that nature.
As you said, the landscape of sports is evolving. The landscape of basketball has been evolving. How have you and your team been able to just adjust to everything that comes with the changing of the landscape, especially with the game of basketball?
Well, if you want to stay in the business of basketball and high level basketball, and just in general, you got to evolve with the times. You just got to understand that it's changing every day, and you got to be willing to adjust. You got to make the adjustment on the fly, and just dive in. And if you don't know something, go out there and find the knowledge. Find somebody who does, and build yourself a nice team and a nice network to help you in your process.
How have you as a head coach? What is kind of like the evolution that you've seen in yourself as a coach and through these last couple of years, right?
I'm a player developer first, so everything I model after as a coach is my whole thing is getting the players better at both ends of the court, communicating and growing their IQ through actually playing the game. I'm not a guy that does player development with cones and stuff like that, because cones don't move, people do.
Right. What is like the biggest advice that you've received when you started your coaching journey and your player development journey? As you said, that stuck with you that you can still use to this day in the training of these young men.
So the advice I got early was that you don't know everything. You can always learn, and you should always be seeking knowledge from those that have come before you and those that are actually just jumping into the space. Because sometimes the young energy and the young ideas and imagination is actually good, and it's conducive to helping you become a better trainer, better coach, better developer of talent, better communicator. And some advice I was given when I was young was never treat it like it's a job, and if it's your passion, let your passion show through your work.
Right. What are some things that you're learning to get out of this symposium today? What's some things that you kind of are trying to seek out and understand for yourself?
So for me, it was just coming to just once again attain knowledge of what you don't know. Like the biggest thing right now is like the mental side of the game, off the court, and how stuff off the court can affect your on-court performance. So coming to places like this and being in rooms and spaces like this with people that are doing it and constantly evolving is great for someone like myself.
Yeah, according to this team, they're trying to change the landscape of like the sports scene in the city of Boston, right? They're doing a lot with the youth just to get them, as you said, thinking about stuff outside of sports as well, but also helping them get better as players. What have you seen like citywide these last couple of years that you're kind of you have a good faith in that it's going to help these kids long term and in the long run, not only get better in their respective sport, but also get better in life in the classroom?
So for me, the last couple of years, there was a decline in kids actually playing the game for the love of the game. So like right now, it's like there's a good group of kids that are younger that are coming up, where they're doing it for the love of the game and they're doing it for the right reasons, and they're led by people who have a genuine interest in seeing them use the game to be better at life, and they also create opportunities for themselves academically to get into spaces that they normally wouldn't get into. So the biggest thing like right now is the transition of using sport to education to life. So that's the biggest thing, and I'm happy that I'm starting to see it, because for a while there was a time where it was actually backwards, and it was all about the sport.
Right. How did you use that aspect for you when you were coming up? How did that play a part for you and you?
So it played a huge role for me when I was growing up. I had mentors that seen it, understand it, and they saw the pitfalls, and they also let me know that like one domino can have a catastrophic effect on your life if you skip steps in your process. So that's why I have a saying that I have now. It's called process over progress. So everyone wants to get to the finish line and microwave everything. I'm okay with taking the step-by-step process to get to the end goal of what I'm trying to achieve.
Right. Coaching, and as you said, the coaching Nike, you might be coaching expressions. You had a lot of players that's played for the program that's gone on to do great things in college, right? What were those traits that you saw in those players that continued on with their basketball journey and probably are still playing now, some maybe professionally overseas or somewhere? What did you see with them that you kind of saw? Okay, this kid, if we talk to him and give him this piece of advice and he takes it, he's going places.
So there's a trait that every coach is probably looking for, and we're looking for. You don't necessarily have to be the best player, but you got to be an elite competitor, and you got to be an elite communicator, because the skills and the strength and stuff that comes as you get older, and we can help develop that for you. But if you're not an elite communicator and an elite competitor, it's almost all for naught, because at the end of the day, the coaches are there as just a guidance. You got to and you have to go out there and perform on the court and achieve your dreams. And like I always say, we're tracing greatness, because being good is not good enough in order to achieve your dreams.
You also got the opportunity to coach a young man who's been making waves these last couple of years. He's at BYU now, AJ. You guys had him when he was young, right?
Yeah. So I had him his ninth grade year.
Right. What kind of tone has he set for the players in the state? Because it seems like there's a lot of young players that really look up to him and see what he's been doing these last several years, right? What kind of, like, as you said, the domino effect, what kind of domino effect do you see his impact across the state is having?
AJ's impact is going to be felt for the next generation for years, but what people don't know about AJ is his greatest trait is his work ethic. He has an unbelievable work ethic, and that shines through in the process and the development of his game over the years. He was okay with being uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that's when you grow as a player. He never seek complacency and seek comfort. So when you're seeking comfort, you're trying to escape the hard. He was okay with doing the hard things until they became the easy things for himself. And his impact on this region will be felt for years to come, because you can see it. AJ is a product of the guys that came before him. But for this generation, there was a guy that AJ looked to see that the dream is real and it's possible. So now for this generation, that's what AJ will be for kids this generation. He will be the one to say, if AJ can do it, I can do it. But what they got to understand is there's a process to getting to the finished product, and you can't skip steps in that process, and he didn't either.
Right. Lastly, what's the biggest advice you can give to the kids entering their senior year of high school and also going into high school? Because those are like two of the most interesting times for young men and women. Like, what's like, especially for those players that aren't too sure if they're going to play at the next level, or they're hoping to play at the next level. But what's like the biggest advice you could give to the incoming freshmen and the seniors?
So my biggest advice for high school seniors is, when it comes to college, go where they love you, and don't go to a place for the name. Go to a place where they love you and they're going to develop you, because at the end of the day, basketball is a huge part of it, but life off the court matters too. And you got to be able to enjoy yourself and have fun and make lifelong friends, and use basketball as a tool to build a network for life. So, and don't get caught up on the Division I, Division II, Division III. Because in this landscape of college basketball, you may start at Division III, but you may end up at Division I, because that's the nature of the game where it is right now in the transfer portal and the transfer space. They were looking for older guys that can play, that can help them win and help them keep a job. So don't think where you're starting at is where you finish at. Pursue your dream and chase greatness.
Well, and on that note, that was a good way to end it.
No problem.